If you're a real hip-hop fan, then you already know the tension between Eazy-E and Snoop Dogg ran deep. But what if I told you that Eazy-E actually warned other rappers about Snoop before he passed? And now, fans are saying he was right all along. Snoop has been moving suspect for years, whether it's his role in the East Coast versus West Coast beef, his shady relationship with Diddy, or his flip-flopping political stunts. I mean, let's be real. Performing for Trump after literally making a whole video pretending to assassinate him, the hypocrisy is off the charts. And don't even get me started on that bizarre anti-hate ad with Tom Brady. Have y'all seen it? I hate you because you're different. I hate you because I don't understand you. I hate you because I think you hate me.
He stays right around the corner from me, but when he sees me, he ducks his head because he's scared to face me. You know?
Why?
Why? Because he's screwed up. People out there know how he really was.
Next month, it will be 30 years since hip-hop lost a real one, Eazy-E, an undeniable pioneer of gangster rap and a major force in shaping the culture as a member of the legendary NWA. Born and raised in Compton, Eazy-E co-founded Ruthless Records with Jerry Heller, dropping some of the most influential tracks in hip-hop history. But behind the scenes, things got messy. See, Heller wasn't exactly loved by the rest of the group, and Eazy's loyalty to him caused some serious tension. That frustration eventually led to Ice Cube leaving in 1989 to drop his solo classic, America's Most Wanted. And 2 years later, Dr. Dre bounced, linking up with Suge Knight and Michael Harry O'Harris to form Death Row Records. So when Dre linked up with Suge Knight to build Death Row, he wasn't just making business moves. He was setting up a direct rival to everything NWA had built. Death Row came in with that heavy, raw, street-focused energy and quickly became a serious threat to NWA's legacy. But it wasn't just about the competition. Dre and Suge flipped the whole West Coast scene on its head. They brought in Snoop Dogg, who became a superstar overnight, and later added Tupac to the roster, turning Death Row into a powerhouse that defined West Coast hip-hop in the 90s.
And then Tom Brady and Snoop are just standing there like, this is supposed to be some deep moment? Fans were quick to call BS, pointing out that the organization behind the ad has a history of pushing propaganda. But this ain't even scratching the surface of Snoop's shady moves. So buckle up, because we're about to break down Eazy-E's last warning about Snoop Dogg, the Eazy-E and Death Row fallout.
Death Row Records released Dre's The Chronic in 1992, and the album single-handedly brought gangster rap to the pop charts for the first time. But The Chronic was also full of Eazy-E disses. Dre and Snoop went all in on Eazy, from savage skits to the infamous track F with Dre Day, and even some hidden tracks on the album. And obviously, Eazy wasn't gonna let this slide. So just months after The Chronic dropped, Eazy unleashed his brutal diss track, Real G's. On the track, Eazy clowns Dre and Snoop as studio gangsters, basically calling them out for repping a street life they never really lived. Eazy specifically went at Dre, saying he wasn't really from Compton and wasn't worth a food stamp. He even brought up Dre's early days with the world-class Wrecking Crew, roasting him for the flashy outfits and makeup they rocked before NWA changed the game.
Next month marks 30 years since the loss of a true legend, Eazy-E. As one of the founding fathers of gangster rap, Eazy paved the way for the entire West Coast sound. But behind the scenes, things got messy. When Ice Cube left NWA in 1989, he exposed money issues and label politics. Then Dr. Dre linked up with Suge Knight and Death Row Records, which quickly became NWA's biggest rival. But it wasn't just business, it was war. When Dr. Dre dropped The Chronic in 1992, he and Snoop went all in on dissing Eazy-E from the infamous track Dre Day.
Meaning, Eazy was making money off his success at Death Row. See, Dre was still locked into an exclusive contract with Ruthless Records as both a producer and artist. So when Dre tried to switch things up and sign with Interscope, Eazy made sure his name stayed on that paperwork for the next 6 years. Long story short, every time Dre dropped a hit, Eazy got paid. That's why Eazy famously said Dre Day was only Eazy's payday.
I had no idea that you make money off product from Dr. Dre and Snoop. Now, how did that work out?
Basically, I had Dre signed as exclusive producer and exclusive artist. So when Dre tried to make his deal over at Interscope, you know, I was included for the next 6 years. So You can say all you want to say. Basically, you can diss me all you want, but I'm gonna get paid. That's why I say Dre Day is only Eazy's payday. And that's real.
To multiple skits clowning him. But Eazy wasn't about to let that slide. Just months later, he clapped back with real motherfucking G's, dragging Dre and Snoop for filth. He exposed Dre for his past in the world-class Wreckin' Crew, roasted his flashy outfits and makeup, and called him out for putting hands on TV host D. Barnes. Then he came for Snoop, calling him a fake gangsta who barely weighed 60 pounds soaking wet. But the real kicker? Eazy made money off of Dre's success at Death Row. Yeah, you heard that right. Dre was still under contract with Ruthless Records, so every time Dre dropped a hit, Eazy got a cut.
To top it off, Eazy also took aim at Suge Knight on Real Motherfucking G's, calling him Dre's sergeant and suggesting that anyone who crossed Suge was basically playing with their life. And the message was clear. Eazy wasn't backing down. Meanwhile, Eazy also started calling out Dre and Snoop in interviews every chance he got.
Basically, everybody is gonna be me, Ren, Ice Cube, and Yella, because we staying sucker free in 93, so we don't deal with Dre. Because you know where he came from, world-class Wrecking Crew, so it's like that now, you know. We staying sucker free in 93. That's
so you mean it's static with you and Dre?
What? Dre ain't got no love.
No love?
No love.
Dre Day is only Eazy's payday. Talk about a power move. Did Snoop have jealousy issues with Tupac? Now let's talk about Snoop's role in all of this. Before Tupac joined Death Row, Snoop was the star. He was Dre's golden boy after Doggy Style blew up. But when Tupac came in, that all changed. Pac had the energy, the charisma, the talent, and suddenly, Death Row was all about him. Snoop? Pushed to the background? Some people even believe that Snoop knew something about the hit on Tupac but stayed quiet. Why? Well, Warren G once said he convinced Snoop not to go to Vegas on the night of September 7th, 1996. The same night Tupac was ambushed. Meanwhile, Suge Knight later pointed out how weird it was that Snoop was carrying a walkie-talkie that night, almost like he knew something was coming. And when Pac died and Suge went to jail, Snoop didn't waste a second switching sides. He ran straight to Diddy, appearing on talk shows with him talking about squashing the East versus West beef. Yeah, sus. Snoop's hypocrisy on full display. Let's talk about Snoop's fake politics real quick. Y'all remember when he dragged rappers for performing at Trump's inauguration? Which one of you Uncle Toms is gonna do it first? I'm waiting. Then he even made that music video where he literally pretended to assassinate Trump. Guess what? A few years later, he took a fat check and performed at Trump's inaugural event. Not only that, but he acted like it never happened, didn't post about it, and hoped nobody would notice. But we saw you, Snoop. And let's not forget how he tried to come for Eminem after Eminem dissed Diddy. As soon as Eminem threw shots at Diddy, Snoop suddenly started downplaying M's impact in hip-hop, saying, "Eminem ain't in my top 10. Oh, but you were just calling him one of the greatest when you needed a feature, right? So, was Eazy-E right about Snoop? It's crazy how everything Eazy warned people about is coming back around. Snoop's whole career is built on being a real street dude. But time and time again, he's been exposed for dissing people for clout, then working with them for a check, switching sides whenever it benefits him, playing fake political games, turning his back on people who helped him rise. And now, fans are saying Eazy saw this coming from day one. What do y'all think? Was Eazy-E right about Snoop being a snake? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because this drama is far from over.